Silence the world and manifest everything. The secret. No one is telling you. Have you ever felt in the silence of the early morning that there is something much bigger calling you? An invisible presence, a love that cannot be explained, a call to return home. But what home is that? What if I told you that everything you seek, peace, love, meaning, abundance, already lives inside you, just waiting for you to remember? Today you won't just watch a video. You will begin a sacred journey, from the mind to the heart, from fear to love, from the search to the reunion with who you really are. Take a deep breath. Because what you're about to hear now can change your vibration forever. The call of silence. When the soul whispers. At the beginning of our spiritual journey, we often feel an emptiness that we cannot explain. It is not sadness. It is not boredom. It is like an echo coming from within, asking for something that the outside world does not offer. This is the first sign of awakening. It is the moment when the soul begins to whisper, "Come back to me." Most of us try to fill this void with distractions, social media, achievements, relationships, but the more we run away, the louder the call becomes. The silence that once felt uncomfortable now begins to carry beauty. An invitation. Life is telling us, stop running and listen. In the language of the law of attraction, this moment represents a vibrational turning point. When you start looking within, you shift your frequency, and everything that is aligned with this new vibration starts finding you. Not because you forced it, but because you allowed yourself to come back to center. Silence is not about disconnecting from the world. It is about connecting with what really matters. When you listen to your own essence, you activate the greatest power of manifestation that exists, your truth vibrating in peace. Solitude as a portal. The space of creation. Being alone is scary because it forces us to look at parts of ourselves that we avoid. But solitude, when properly understood, is not loneliness. It is a sacred sanctuary where you reconnect with your soul and the quantum field of creation. In this inner space, away from external voices, you begin to hear what you really feel. That's when clarity emerges, not as a logical answer, but as a deep knowing. The universe doesn't shout, it whispers, and we can only hear it when the noise stops. In the law of attraction, this fertile silence is where you plant the seeds of manifestation. When you are present with yourself effortlessly, you align with Source. And at this frequency, everything that is compatible with your peace begins to blossom. Solitude is the gateway between who you were and who you are ready to become. Don't run away from it. Enter it with reverence. It is in this space that the magic begins. The ego, the illusion that sabotages manifestation. The ego is not the villain. It's just the part of you that has learned to survive. But when we let the ego take over, we live trapped in fear, comparison, and the relentless pursuit of validation. This blocks the natural flow of abundance. The ego says, "You must achieve to be worthy." The soul whispers, "You are worthy just by existing." The difference between these two states is your vibration. While the ego operates in scarcity, the inner self vibrates in completeness. Manifesting from ego is exhausting. You try hard, but nothing sticks. Manifesting from consciousness is easy. You trust, you align, and opportunities flow. It all starts when you recognize you are not your thoughts. You are the consciousness that observes them. By letting go of the need to prove something, you free up space for the universe to act. It's like letting go of the string of a balloon. It rises naturally, without resistance. The same goes for your dreams. When you let go of control, you allow them to soar. The sacred void, where everything is born. The moment when everything falls apart may seem like the end, but in reality, it is the beginning. When everything you knew disappears, a new space appears, the void. And it is precisely in the void that creation happens. In quantum physics, the field of nothing is where everything exists. Emptiness is not absence. It is power. It is the point where all possibilities vibrate in a pure state. And when you learn to stay in this place without fear, you begin to co-create with the universe. Most people run away from emptiness because it strips away their masks. But it also reveals what is eternal within you, your essence. When you enter this inner silence with courage, your frequency refines and aligns with what you truly desire. The sacred void is the cradle of conscious manifestation. Don't try to fill it by force. Sit in it humbly. Listen, feel, allow. The next miracle may be born right there. Presence, the frequency, where reality responds. Most people live in the past or the future. They remember old pains or try to predict what will come next. But true manifestation only happens in one place: the now. Presence is the field where the universe clearly hears your vibration. To be present is to be connected to the flow of life. When you are fully present, your energy is not fragmented. You become a pure vibrational magnet. It is in this state that synchronicities happen, ideas emerge, the right people appear. Like in the famous case of Oprah Winfrey, who manifested the role in The Color Purple, not by obsessively pursuing it, but by letting go and trusting. She was so aligned that the opportunity found her. Presence is not standing still. It is acting with awareness. It is eating, walking, speaking with your whole heart. Every moment lived with intention becomes a portal of manifestation. You stop trying to control and start co-creating with the whole. The next time you feel anxious, bring yourself back. Take a deep breath, feel your feet, look around. The now is where life happens, and it's where your reality begins to transform. Love, the supreme vibration of creation. The law of attraction responds to your vibration, and no frequency is more powerful than love. But we're not talking about romantic love, full of expectations. We're talking about love as a state of being, expansive, generous, unconditional. When you vibrate with love, you become a source of magnetism. Science has already shown, through studies with the HeartMath Institute, that the heart in a state of gratitude and love emits an electromagnetic field 1,000 times stronger than that of the brain. This literally alters the reality around you. People like Nelson Mandela, who emerged from decades of imprisonment without bitterness and with an open heart, show that true love is a transformative power. It doesn't just manifest, it heals. When you love, you align yourself with the energy of Source, and all that is like it comes to you. Love doesn't need words. It is felt in the look, in the touch, in the presence. Start with yourself. Treat yourself with affection, forgive your mistakes, celebrate your achievements. From this self-love, the entire universe responds. Surrender, the most powerful act of manifestation. Surrendering to life is not giving up. It is trusting. It is saying, I will do my part and let the universe do its part. Surrender is the bridge between desire and manifestation. When you hold on, you create resistance. When you let go, you open space. There is an inspiring story about Jim Carrey. Before he became famous, he wrote himself a check for $10 million and dated it 5 years in the future. He kept the check in his wallet and continued living, acting, and trusting. Just before the deadline, he received exactly that amount for his role in Dumb and Dumber. This is not a coincidence, it is an alignment. Jim Carrey set a clear intention, vibrated at the frequency of trust, and let it go. He did not obsess. He allowed the universe to conspire in his favor. Surrender is an act of vibrational faith. You don't need to know how, you just need to know that it is possible, and remain receptive. What you release with love comes back with abundance. Inner healing. Freeing space for the new manifesting isn't just about attracting new things. It's about clearing your inner space. Suppressed emotions, old traumas, and limiting beliefs act as vibrational debris. To receive something new, you need to release what no longer serves you. There is a saying that goes, "You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are." If you still live within yourself in pain, fear, and scarcity, your vibration will reflect this. Inner healing does not happen from the outside in, but from the inside out. Many spiritual teachers have gone through deep wounds before they could access their power. Louise Hay, for example, healed cancer through forgiveness and self-love and taught millions to do the same. Her life was proof that you can transmute pain into light. Healing is remembering that you were never broken. You were just disconnected from your wholeness. And when you reconnect with who you really are, everything around you begins to heal as well. Oneness with the whole. The end of separation. One of the biggest blocks to manifesting is the belief in separation. The idea that we are alone, isolated, disconnected from the universe. But the truth is that we are part of an infinite field of energy, consciousness, and creation. Unity is not philosophy. It is quantum physics and spirituality in harmony. When you realize that you are part of the whole, your vibration changes. You stop asking like a beggar and start co-creating as a conscious being. You understand that the source is not outside, but within. And this recognition is the greatest vibrational leap you can make. Eckhart Tolle says that life doesn't happen against you, it happens for you. When you feel this unity, you trust in time, in cycles, in pauses. Everything has a reason. Even what seems like a delay is preparation. Uniting with the whole means accepting that you are the channel of manifestation. You don't need to prove your worth to the universe. You are already the value. When this certainty pulsates in your energy, miracles cease to be the exception and become the natural thing. Integration, living as a conscious manifester. We have reached the end of the journey, which is actually the beginning of a new way of living. Integrating everything we have learned means applying it in practice, in our daily choices, in the words we use, in the way we feel, think, and act. Manifestation is not a single moment. It is an ongoing state. It is living with presence, loving with intention, trusting the unseen, healing with compassion, and acting with wisdom. All of this, repeated consistently, becomes who you are. Remember that even great masters made mistakes, doubted, and cried, but they kept going, and so can you. The path does not require perfection. It requires commitment to your truth, your vibration, and your purpose. Now it's up to you. Breathe, feel, choose to live as a conscious manifester, because what you seek is also seeking you. And when you vibrate with clarity, with love, and with faith, the universe has no choice. It responds. It always responds. You've come this far. This means that something inside you is ready to live in a new frequency. Now the choice is yours. Return to autopilot, or continue as a conscious co-creator of your reality. If this message touched your heart, like this video, share it with someone who also needs to remember who they are, and subscribe to the channel to continue this journey of awakening, healing, and manifestation. May your vibration continue to attract miracles. See you in the next video.